Now, Islamist groups in Bangladesh are now taking up the cause of the Rohingyas. The Hefazat-e-Islam, a coalition of Islamist parties, is calling for jihad against Myanmar. India's own stand on Rohingyas may have added to Bangladesh's dilemma.
Massive rally by the Hefazat-e-Islam, a coalition of Islamist parties deemed the most influential Islamic group in that country. They demanded that the government train and arm the Rohingya refugees and send them back to Myanmar to fight. The Hefazat has called for the liberation of Rakhine state from Myanmar and jihad to be waged to achieve that goal. The call by the Hefazat coincides with the end at midnight tonight of a ceasefire announced by the Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army. A press statement in English issued online said, and I quote, "The Burmese government must reinstate and restore the status of the Rohingya as a native indigenous ethnic of Arakan, all human rights given in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights for all Arakan people to live safely with dignity," unquote. The call by Hefazat-e-Islam and the announcement by the Arakan Salvation Army may be coincidental, but the Hefazat has a clear Islamic agenda. It does not seek power through elections, but uses its enormous street power rooted in 25,000 madrasas to get its way. It has attacked secular bloggers and wants to change the country's secular culture. These are the demands of Hefazat-e-Islam. It wants a strong anti-blasphemy law with the death penalty, restrictions on the rights of women, ban on men and women mixing in public, and declaring the Ahmadiyas non-Muslims. Pressure by the Hefazat is probably one of the reasons why Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's government has opened its doors to 500,000 Rohingya despite the strain on finances and logistics.
Our position is very clear that the problem has been created in Myanmar and solution has to be found in Myanmar. We can certainly help Myanmar government in solving this problem, but the solution cannot be their stay in Bangladesh. Bangladesh wants that they should go back as soon as possible.
The longer the Rohingyas stay, the more likely the possibility of their radicalization by groups like the Hefazat-e-Islam. Reports of Pakistan funding and training some of the Rohingya refugees have been trickling in, worsening Sheikh Hasina's dilemma. She would like India to do more to get Myanmar to cooperate. But India is wary of alienating Myanmar's leadership in pushing them into China's arms. India's declaration of the 40,000 odd Rohingya in India as illegal immigrants and raising the possibility they could be terrorists may have only compounded Sheikh Hasina's problems.
The Hefazat-e-Islam is a right-wing Islamist group that originates from the Hathazari area of Chittagong and came to prominence in 2013 through demands such as restriction on free movement and mixing of women and men in the society, and also invasion of foreign cultures, according to them, in Bangladesh. This time they have demanded to the government that the Rohingyas be trained and armed with weapons to go for an armed struggle or fight against the Myanmar authorities in the country to secure their land in Rakhine. This is quite an alarming information given that the insurgent group Arakan Rohingya Salvation Army has also demanded the same, that the Rohingyas be recruited and armed for activities that would be considered non-state and will be a concern for security not just for Bangladesh but across the region. In Dhaka, Saad Hamadi, WION.